Well, it's been a while since I last posted. June 20th, 2024. And just giving an update. Nothing has changed. I probably have a couple more leaks than I used to. But here's the fish tank. And the filter growing a fern in there. I really haven't done much with the system. I am not paying attention to trying to micromanage the nutrients or anything like that. It seems like it's very stable. Tomato, lettuce that came out of, that was a head of lettuce that I bought at the store, and I ate all the leaves and then planted it. Strawberries. All these are raspberries, loganberries, boysenberries. Goji berry bush is coming back. The thornless loganberry bush is growing. This is the dwarf orange tree. And as you can see, there's just berries everywhere. This is a grapevine. I planted a grape, and I actually got grapes off of it last year, so I hope to get more grapes off of it this year. My pomegranate bush is doing good. The persimmon tree's hanging in there. I took out that volunteer maple last year. It was just getting too big. On the other side, my succulents, which are just there to be looked at. Rosemary, the black currant bush, which is 13 feet tall or something. Right now it's berry time, so I'm getting a lot of especially raspberries. The loganberries are also growing, but not as much. The raspberries got planted first. And then over here, the grow beds, nothing in that grow bed. And this is a curry plant. You can eat the flowers, you can eat the leaves. It smells like curry. So I'm not even feeding the fish anymore. Occasionally I will put food waste into this contraption. I call it the goat because it'll eat anything. Haha. And when I add water to the system, it comes in through this pipe and then down into this section, which is an anaerobic digester. And then I've got a PVC air bubbler at the bottom, just some 1/2-inch pipe with tiny holes drilled in it. And that's my aerobic reactor. And then it goes into the sand filter. And from the sand filter down to the sump tank. And everything seems to be growing well. I think the addition of the anaerobic digester completes the loop nutrition-wise. And like I said, I haven't really added anything. And you know, I used to put calcium and rock phosphate and potassium and seaweed extract and all the things into the system, but now I don't. I just got lazy, I lost interest, and I don't like, I prefer to use plants that come back year after year, like the strawberries here, raspberries, all the berries, the grapes. I think It's easier, it's less effort, it's far less expensive because I'm not buying new plants all the time. I did buy these tomatoes as little baby starts, and they're doing good. I got them at maybe a foot tall, and they were showing some kind of nutritional deficiency at first. But then those leaves, I guess they died off or they colored up, and now they're just growing like crazy, so that's cool. But just wanted to make this video to provide some sort of update. I think aquaponics is not as trendy as it used to be. I got real oranges off this tree last year. There's an orange right there. It's not ready yet, I don't think. But I probably got a dozen oranges off of it last year. And I saw there was a baby orange in here earlier, but I'm not seeing it now. But that's okay. I'll find it. These guys are a little yellow. It might be nitrogen. It might be iron deficiency. But that's what's going on. Everything else seems to be very happy. The grapes especially. So from the anaerobic digester, the goat, it flows into this little separator area here, and then into the rest of my sump tank. This tank has a lot of solids in it, which may be visible. I also have frogs in this tank, which is really cool. I put duckweed and some other floating plant, Sylvania, I think it's called, in here. And hopefully that helps cut down the evaporation. And then to help keep my pump clear, I put this ugly cover over this sump tank. And the way this pump is plumbed, there's a valve on the T right there that allows me to control the flow going out to the fish tank, as well as bringing some back to fall on top of the pump. That way when the water level in the sump tanks gets low, it doesn't just run dry and get hot and then fail, but it's got some kind of like a water cooling setup. Something else is this section of pipe here. Here's the main feed, which you can't see anything, but right there is the main 2-inch feed line from the fish tank after the filters. This valve lets me drain off the feed line. I do that about once a month maybe to clear out accumulated solids. And then so that pipe in there in the back is the main feed, one of the main feed lines. It goes up, it feeds this grow bed, goes that way, and it feeds that grow bed, it feeds a couple other grow beds, and here it just keeps going up and up and up, and that's my overflow. So if for some reason there's too much water accumulating before the grow beds in the feed line from the fish tank, it's not going to overflow at the fish tank. It will overflow here and come down into my sump tank down in there. And it's also a nice warning, because if I see that there's water coming out of the overflow, I know that there's something wrong. One of the grow bed feeds got clogged or something like that. There's a big dandelion bush that I I pull the seed pods off of it, and you can eat the greens. Delightful. Better if you mix it with other lettuces and stuff, but you can still just eat it. So that's the story. That's what's happening. Almost zero maintenance. But I think that that's really because I've got the goat over here supplying nutrients to the system. So what are my power needs? My water pump takes about 400 watts, and I run that every other hour for an hour from, I guess, 7 in the morning to about 7 at night. And then I've got 2 air pumps over here, 35 watt air pumps that push air into this reactor. And of course, all the power is supplied by my solar system set up over there. So the power doesn't cost me anything besides what I've, paid for all the components. Probably down to $10 a kilowatt hour now. But the longer I use it, the cheaper it gets. And it's really nice to come out and have a bunch of raspberries ready for picking, loganberries. I pick them as they get ripe. I save them, and then I've made syrup, I've made jam, I've fermented them and made wine. Delightful. But it's just a very nice system, and I recommend it. It takes a lot of learning, and first you have to learn the rules, and then you have to learn what rules you can break, and then you kind of come up with something that works. So just wanted to put that out there. It's the grapevine. And yeah, that's about all I've got. So hopefully this helps you, and have a wonderful day.